Have you ever engaged in a serious debate over which is better, Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings? Have you ever played Smash or Pass using only characters from Star Wars and Marvel movies? If you answered yes to any of these questions, we have the podcast for you. Listen to the Steam Gentlemen, the podcast where an expert panel convenes to ask the questions about pop culture and social commentary that other podcasts are afraid to ask. Listen to the Steam Gentlemen on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Ladies and gentlemen, Wrestling Fans International Association is back. That's right, the premier fan club association of the 1970s and 1980s has been revived and is back in business. Join today. It's free at thewfia.org. That's thewfia.org. You can also join us on Facebook at facebook.com/groups/WFIA 1969. Everybody, once again back in action with the 1987 Supermod. I am your host, Brad Drake, and this is the World Wrestling Federation all month long for the month of June. And tonight, everybody, the World Wrestling Federation has traveled to Glens Falls, New York, and we are putting on a show at the Civic Center. So here we go. Let's go ahead and click on this little red text of doom up here, which really isn't red text of doom, but just having fun calling it that. We're going to save the selection of none. Let's take a look at our absent workers. It's everybody that we expect to be out. Backstage incidents. Jimmy Hart has gotten himself in some trouble with Bruno Sammartino, and he refused, or he was accused of failing to pick up his share of the tab at the bar. I have a hard time believing that one, considering the fact that Jimmy Hart does not drink, so he would not have been hanging out at a bar. Anyway, got that settled. All right, we got some protege work going on here with Strongbow and Mancini, and also Jesse Ventura and Dave Wagner. Let's take a look at our card here, everybody. I now remember what the asterisk in the corner is all about. It's the fact that I couldn't find an actual card for this night and for this show. So I have put together my own card based on other cards. All right, in the opener, we're going to have Lanny Poffo against Johnny V. Louis Cyr and Frenchy Martin will take on the Rockers. Jose Estrada is going to be in singles action against the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. Rip Oliver will face Kamala. Ron Bass is going to go in there against the hometown favorite, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, who's making his return to the World Wrestling Federation. Killer Khan is going to mix it up with George the Animal Steele. Tito Santana is going to face Butch Reed in their ongoing feud. Harley Race is going to mix it up with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Orton and Muraco will once again face the British Bulldogs in the semi-main. And in our main event, everybody, the living legend himself, Bruno Sammartino, will challenge the Honky Tonk Man for the Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship. It's that time, everybody. You know it. I know it. The world knows it. Let's get to booking. All right, Poffo versus Johnny V in the opening. And both these men, unfortunately, are deceased now. Here is Leaping Lanny Poffo. And here is Johnny V. All right, Johnny V. Going to get the win here. And for those of you that are Sopranos fans, you will remember Johnny V played the bodyguard of Frankie Valli's character. All right, this one's booked. Johnny V gets the win. Up next here, we have Cyr and Martin against the Rockers. And here we go. Louis Cyr and Frenchy Martin against the Young Rockers. And in real life, the Rockers are already out of the WWF at this time. They got fired for some shenanigans, but in our game, we're having him stick around. Marty Genadi with the win here, everybody, in this contest. Up next, we have Jose Estrada. Excellent, excellent wrestler against the new $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. So here is Estrada, and here is DiBiase. All right, Jose Estrada is plugged in. And here is Ted DiBiase. How old was DiBiase here? He was only 33. He always looked older, didn't he? He looks like a 40-year-old man there. He always looked way older. It was probably the lifestyle, I'm sure. All right, here's Ted DiBiase. Little story for you. I didn't meet him. My dad got to meet Ted DiBiase in the airport in Florida when we were on a family vacation. I think I've told that story before, but he met him in the car rental line, and Ted DiBiase signed an autograph for him. All right, DiBiase gets the win in that one. And Rip Oliver is up next against Kamala. We're going to change this one up here. Oliver versus Kamala. We're going to have this one go 8 minutes. Here is Rip Oliver. Here is Kamala. Of course, Kamala's getting the win here. That one's booked. Ooh. Got ahead of myself there. All right, Estrada and DiBiase will go 10. That one's all set. All right, up next, we got Ron Bass and Jim Duggan. And here is the outlaw himself, Ron Bass. Here is Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Hacksaw with the win, hometown boy here from Glens Falls, New York, where his dad was the police chief. All right, up next, we got Killer Khan against George the Animal Steele. And Khan versus Steele. Killer Khan is far better than George the Animal Steele in the ring at this point. George Steele is a shadow of himself, but very entertaining nonetheless. One of my favorites as a kid. And George Steele is going to get the win here, everybody. All right, up next, we have Tito Santana and Butch Reed. They are continuing their feud. And remember, we are just days away here from, or maybe weeks, from Santana joining Rick Martel as Strikeforce. One of my favorite teams as a kid. They were good. They were a really good team. So here's Tito Santana. Here is Butch Reed. And let's see who's due for the win here. Tito Santana is due for the win over Butch Reed. Tito Santana with the win, everybody. All right, Harley Race and Ricky Steamboat are up next. This one's going to go 16. So we have Race versus Steamboat. Here is Harley Race. Here is Ricky Steamboat. And believe it or not, we are going to have Harley Race go over here, everybody. Harley Race gets the win, and he's going to get the win with manager interference. Remember, Vince McMahon was still pissy with Ricky Steamboat at this point, so this is not a shocker. All right, we have Orton and Muraco versus the British Bulldogs. This one goes 18. Here are Orton and Muraco. Here are the British Bulldogs. And the winner here is going to be a draw. We're going to have a double count out here. Let's do a double count out, just for the heck of it. All right, here comes our main event, and it is Sammartino versus Honky. And of course, this one would not have really gone 25 minutes. Bruno probably couldn't go 25 at this point. I don't think Bruno ever went 25 in his whole career. But for the purposes of the game, it's the way we're going to do it. And here is Honky. All right, and Bruno Sammartino gets the win. Both these men can do an epic, and it is going to come by DQ. And we're going to have Jimmy Hart interfere. Of course. There we go. Bruno Sammartino gets the win. The fans in Glens Falls, New York are going to be excited. This show is just about 2.5 hours here, everybody. And we are ready to rock. Let's see how we do. Poffo versus Johnny V. Johnny V gets the win with that elbow drop, 56 and a 59. Only gets us a 45. A lot of red text. We've got red text to doom here. Fair enough. Up next here, we have Sear and Martin against the Rockers. And the Young Rockers get the win with the Rocker Shocker, 45 overall for this one. And again, red text to doom, despite green, and green equals money. Hey, what are you going to do? We got to fix that picture for Marty Genadi, too. DiBiase gets the win over Jose Estrada with the $1 Million Dream, 87 and a 40. Nets us a 75 overall. Good stuff. All right, up next we have Rip Oliver and Kamala. Kamala gets the win with the splash, 64 and a 50. Gets us a 61 overall. Hacksaw Jim Duggan, the hometown favorite here, gets the win over Outlaw Ron Bass with that running clothesline tackle, 71 overall, everybody. And up next here, George, the Animal Steel, gets the win over Killer Khan with that flying hammerlock. I like that move. That was a pretty cool move. When you watch it, looks like he's going to break the guy's arm when he does it. 65 overall for these two, 56, 71. Red text to doom. Both these men are past their prime, but are still serviceable at this point. Up next, we have Tito Santana against Butch Reed. Santana gets the win with that flying forearm. Good stuff. The feud continues. 84 and 77 gets us an 82. Up next, Harley, Race, and Ricky Steamboat. And Race gets the win with that pile driver after the interference of Bobby Heenan, 93 overall. Harley Race, your winner, everybody. Orton and Muraco against the British Bulldogs. We got a double count out, and we only get an 89 here. 97, 99, 90, 85. We get dropped down all the way to an 89. Come on. That's ridiculous. All right, up next, here's our main event. And our main event only gets an 89. 96, 77, 89 overall. Bruno Sammartino is over. This is his last run, everybody. He will retire from the ring in 1987 and only do a few matches here and there. All right, we're going to finish this one up. 87 overall. No popularity changes. We are going to give Bruno Sammartino some credit here. And we are also going to praise the British Bulldogs. Nope, we're going to praise Tito Santana. And we're going to praise Ricky Steamboat. Bruno Sammartino, great performance. Santana, good performance. And Steamboat, great performance. We're going to make that speech. Sammartino is pleased. Santana is pleased. And Steamboat is pleased. And we, everybody, are heading back to the main screen. All right, so this card is wrapped up. You can see I got things fixed up. We're cruising over to the Olympic Center in Lake Placid, New York. We're going to run another show. We have a string of shows here on the East Coast, and we got an entertaining card here. The Killer Bees and Demolition will be in the main event. Let's check our incoming here. Honky Tonk Man is tired. Lack of big names. BS. Lots of big names on that one. One of the biggest names of all time was on that one. And here we go. Rockin' Robin. She is signed with us, and now we have Scott Casey wanting more money. We'll give him a 75% increase. All right, so let's go ahead and add Rockin' Robin to our roster. She, of course, is the sister of Sam Houston, and I believe the half-sister of Jake Roberts. All right, everybody, let's take a quick look around the game world, see what everybody else is doing. Rock and Roll Express over the Russian team in the main event there. Where were they? Greenville Memorial Auditorium. Midnight Express over the Kansas Jayhawks. Not a good card, but not a terrible card. 91 overall. Some pretty darn good matches on this show and some pretty bad ones, too. But what are you going to do? All right, UWF ran a show. Chris Adams over Big Bubba Rogers. 83 overall. 73 is not bad for a dying promotion. Where did they run here? Fair Park Arena in Alabama. CWF ran. It's a Sportatorium show. What do we got? Denny Brown over Buddy Landell. World Junior Heavyweight title. Graham and Kern over T.J. Khan and Tony Anthony for the NWA Florida Tag Team title. All right. That's going to do it for us, everybody, for this one. For those of you that are new to the channel, please make sure that you go ahead and hit that subscribe button and also leave us a message below. Don't forget, we are on Patreon, patreon.com/PowerCast Network. For just the price of a cup of coffee, $5, you get access to all of our shows early and YouTube ad-free, version 10.1 of the Supermod, all of our spreadsheets, and so much more, everybody. Check it out today, patreon.com/PowerCast Network. And don't forget, we're also on social media, facebook.com/groups/1987. We're also on Reddit under the subreddit of TEW2020 Friends. You can also find us over on Discord under 1987 Supermod. Check it all out today, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.